Hello everyone. Today I would like to show you how to install Azure SQL Edge and Azure Data Studio on macOS using Docker containerization. As we know that Microsoft SQL Server Studio doesn't support macOS, we would like to run SQL queries and database using this setup. In order to do this, first we need to install Docker and Azure SQL Edge image and as well as Azure Data Studio. I have done these steps already. Just for the demo purpose, I have cleared my entire setup. I will show you the entire step from the beginning. So let's start with the Docker installation. If you go to this highlighted link, you will get a Docker application for the desktop. So let's start with this. I'm going to www.docker.com. So as you can see here, there are options for Mac Intel chip and Mac Apple Silicon. So whichever your version is, if it is your Intel chip, and you can download the version for Intel, and if it is Apple chip, then you can go for the Mac Apple Silicon. So mine is Mac Apple Silicon and I'm downloading the particular version. So let it download. Once it is downloaded, we can start with the installation. Yeah, here you go, it is done. Now click on this particular DMG file and you can see you have to drag the particular item to the application. So once you have did that, it will show you that it is copying. Once the copy is completed, you can see, I will just do the, yeah, you can see there is a Docker file. Click on it. Yeah, it will ask you for the permission. Just say open. Here you go. So you can just open. Since I have a account already, so I no need to create entire account earlier. I have already logged in. So if you don't have a account, it will prompt you for a sign up or create account. Just create the account and log in. It's like a other application login. It is so simple. So now we are done with the Docker installation for desktop. Let's move to next step, which is Azure SQL Edge. We are going to pull this image for our Docker. So I am moving to the particular page. It looks like that. So here you can see Docker pull. Just copy this and go to your terminal. Paste the copied pull command for Docker. So once you run this command, it will start pulling the images to your Docker desktop app. Once it is completed, we'll move it to the further steps. Yeah, it's almost done. Yeah, here I can see that this particular image is been installed. So you can check going to the Docker. So here you can see the options: containers, images. What we have done is now to install the image. Image will show you what are the properties it included inside the image. This is not much important as for now. So let's move to the next step. We are going to install Azure Data Studio. I have all the links over here. will provide you the links over the mail for the particular installation. So we can move to next link, which is Azure Data Studio installation. So this is the page. Here you can see download Azure Data Studio. Directly clicking the link will take you to the particular section of the Azure Data Studio. Here you can see there are three options, and you see the macOS. Again, it is the Intel chip or Apple Silicon. So mine is Apple Silicon. I'm going to download this. If yours is Intel chip, then please use the Intel one. Apple Silicon doesn't matter if you're using M1, M2 or whichever version it is, it will support. Yeah, my Azure Data Studio is downloaded. I'm just clicking on this installed downloaded version. So yeah, by opening it, it's just a simple installation. The installation is now done. Next step would be running the image which we have already pulled to the Docker desktop app. So we are going to run that image to create a container. So to run that image, I am going to run a command from the terminal. Command would be something like this: docker run accept EULA and MS SQL SA password. So you have to here I have taken a dummy password. You have to give any password which has a capital letters, small letters, and a number. It should be a combination of all these three, and also it should be 8 and more characters. So whatever you're going to do, it should be a greater than that character, 8 characters. So, and also I'm going to map the local host port, it is 1433, and name the container name would be Azure SQL Edge, and I'm going to map a volume to this particular image. This is my image name, and I'm going to make a volume. So here, what is the use of this volume? Basically, you are creating a database and running the SQL queries in Azure Data Studio. But whenever you restart your container or your container is stopped or exited, your data is lost. You cannot retrieve your data, or you cannot retrieve your SQL queries or whatever you have done. Your work is gone. So to avoid that, I am creating a space volume to keep your data safe. Whenever you are restarting or you are reconnecting to the container, the container will use this particular volume to retrieve your data, and your work will be available. So your work will not lost, it will be available in the Azure Data Studio whenever you resume the work or you restart it. So that is the purpose of creating this volume. And you can give any name to this. I am giving SQL volume for my volume name as my volume name. You can give any ABC, XYZ, any volume name, but your path should be same, where opt MS SQL. So this is where the path will mount to the volume name which we have given. So your path should be same, but your volume name can be anything, something simple. It should be in a lowercase. So I am going to run this command from the terminal to start the container. I have already made some changes. So yeah, this is my command. I'm going to now started. So if you want to check whether your container is up and running, you can run docker ps command. You can see over here, this is the image name and it is up 6 seconds. We can check through the console as well, Docker desktop console, and check whether it is running. So it is a minute ago, so it is running. Now we can go to the volume, whether my volume is created. Yes, it is created and it is running, it has the data. So whatever your error logs, whatever it is there, it will store here in this data, your database and everything. You can see the ms data, msdb log, master, mdf, these are all coming from the Azure Data Studio. Now next step would be Azure Data Studio. How we are going to connect? Going to new connection, and MS Microsoft SQL Server, you are going to give a server name as localhost, because we are our port is hosted in a localhost, and it is a SQL login. Your username would be SA and password would be whatever you had given while you are running the docker run command. So since I have taken I just don't want to messed it up, so I have copy pasted this. Once you enter the password, just click on the connect and enable trust server certificate. You have connected to the database. So once you connected to the database, you can check there are default database like master, modern, msdb and mdb. So if you want to create new database, there would be extensions that you need to install. Since I have already installed all these apps, there is already an extension which you can see SQL Server Import. It is just you are going to search SQL Server Import, SQL Server Import, and click on that. You can just install. Click on the install. Here I have already installed, that's why it is showing disable and uninstall. But if you didn't install it already, it will show you install option. So you can click on that, it will automatically install it. And once again I'm going to show you. You have to go to settings, there is an extension, and you can search using search bar. So you are going to install SQL database project. This will help you to create new databases. Any new databases if you would like to create, it will help you with that. SQL Server Import, this particular plugin helps you to import text and CSV file. So what happens is, if you would like to import some data from internet or anything, tables, so SQL Server Import, you just copy paste it to the text file or a CSV file and import it using SQL Server Import. It will just reflect under your database. So I would like to give you demo on that as well, just after I finish all this configuration. So now you can go to connection. Now I will show you how to create a new database. Now you can go under the database, you can see plus symbol over here, click on this and create. I'm going to create a university database and owner is default, create. So if you see, system databases are there, but under the database you have a university. There is no tables or anything currently. So I'm going to double click on the university and you can see new query. Since we have already downloaded the file university, I just need to check where is it. Give me a second. University.sql, it is available in the Blackboard, which I have taken it from there. So you just need to copy and paste it in the console. Once you paste it in the console, there is a run option above the console. You are going to run it. So create databases succeeded. It will show you how many rows are affected, and also if you refresh, it will show you what are the tables you have, columns, keys and everything. If you have a data, it will show you, it will retrieve you all the datas whatever you have. So you have created the university database and imported the content to uh, university database. Now I am going to show you how can we import some other database content. So as we demonstrated in the classroom, I'm going to w3schools.com SQL and try it yourself option. So customers. For now, let me go to categories. It's small and feasible. So what I'm doing is I would like to form it in a table first. So I would like to open my Excel, take a blank workbook and Control V. I just formatted the database, whatever I have got it from the website. So now what I'm going to do is, for me I felt easy with the text file import. So I'm going to create a new text file new, just copy paste it, and I'm just saving it as a category .txt under my db folder. So I am saving it. Now what we have to do is, I'm going to right click on this. There is a option import wizard. It will take time. Yeah, so for local host SA master, it is showing master database. I am importing it to university database. Location of the file to be imported, now you can browse it. It is under my db. So I'm going to db. You can see category text, open. So category table of schema dbo, it is always table of schema is dbo. Next, see category name, description. It is already taken this content. If it is not right, you can just modify the content. This is how I wanted it. If you would like to see category name, description, so it's the same. Next, would you like to make any key as a primary key? Yes, I would like to do category id as a primary key, so I'm doing it. And if you would like to change these things, you can do it later. So for now I'm showing you to how to import it. Import data. Okay, so there is an error. There is a string which has taken 1. So I'm going to check on that. Yeah, category id, it is a tiny int. It should be, I'm going to, for now I'm going to give it as a varchar, but I can change it to 5. I don't want it to be 50. So yeah, I would like to just see whether it is, yeah. So I'm giving it as 5. Import data. So you have successfully inserted the data into a table. Done. Once DBA category is imported, you can check by running some queries. So I'm going to run a new query under database university. So it might be by default, it might be master. So change it to the university under which you need to run the under which database you need to run the query. So I'm going to write select star from, it will show you how to use dbo dot category. Sometime you can directly type category, it will show you. You can run this command and it will show you all the field which it has: category id, category name and description. This is how you can import a table from the website. Yeah, so I hope this video is very useful to you guys, and thank you. I am ending the session. If you have any doubts and any queries, please reach out to me. I will be sending this to a professor and across the other students who required this. Thank you.